I think actually sport and business are very similar in lots of ways, because we are training, because we are target setting, because we have to have our team around us. In many cases, it's you as an individual having to race, whether that's me standing on a block in a pool or Linford, on the track. There are obviously sports where you've got, a team sport, but you still have to be responsible for your own performance. But you do need that support system, whether that's your coach and the doctor or manager of the pool or your physio or your psychologist. They all have to be on board. They all have to be working to get that one performance out. For us, once every 4 years.
I think the big thing this year with, you've got the Olympics as a backdrop and raising our game, but you've also got the economic situation as it is at the moment. So for me, the way that training is going to raise its game this year is to become much more closely aligned with the performance of the business and responding to overall business needs. So not random learning interventions, not just nice to haves, but actually looking at what people within a business need and responding to those requirements.
I think generally within the UK, training and development needs to focus more on people and personal development, and I think this is the year to do it. People are essential in any business, doesn't matter what sector you're in or where you are. We need to recognise that fact and we need to focus on personal development and career progression.
Well, I think training's going to have to raise its game because obviously in London travel is going to be really difficult. It's going to be quite hard to get into work because of the volume of traffic and people on the public transport. So I imagine there's going to be a lot more people working from home, which means they're going to have to find other ways to work and train, which means maybe they'll turn to virtual training a little bit more.
In 2012, the year of the Olympics, we all need to raise our game. We'll be doing it through innovation, and through creative collaborations and by really listening to the market, listening to our customers and responding to their needs.
I think training is raising its game already actually. The people that are here tonight, if you talk to them, spend some time with them, you'll find that they're using different delivery methods and they're much more responsive to business needs. I think that's been the challenge that we talked about last year at some of the events like Learning Technologies, that people need to be really looking at how business can align with training and how training can align with the business needs. That's happening now and we'll see that tonight. We'll see evidence of that in training departments and training companies.
This is Go2Training Explained. Remember the first time you used a smartphone or got directions from a GPS? After years of doing it one way, your perspective changed when you suddenly discovered an easier way. A similar shift is happening for trainers thanks to online training. To see why, meet Maria, a training manager. When she first heard about online training, she was a little hesitant. She figured that online training couldn't possibly offer anything better than the in-person experience. But that perspective started to change when her friend Sam said that his company is using Go2Training to teach classes online. Traveling to do training is expensive and exhausting, and online training tools can be complex and difficult to master. But Sam's team picked up Go2Training in no time and reduced their training-related travel costs by 80%. That all sounded great, but Maria was more concerned about the impact on the training experience. She worried that online training meant losing the things she valued. For example, she loves interacting with students and worries that an online classroom won't be as effective or engaging. Sam explained that online, there are features that connect learners in different ways. From the moment the instructor starts the online class, everyone gets on the same page immediately and can interact via integrated audio and text chat without worrying about others in the room. This can mean more participation because learners have more ways to communicate and collaborate. As Sam went on, she really perked up when he explained how online classes offer additional benefits that are not available in a traditional classroom. For example, using an online tool like Go2Training, she could record each session with the click of a button and provide it to students who miss the class or just need a refresher. Leading classes online also meant she could think differently about scheduling. Maria's training programs used to be all-day affairs. Now, online, she could have multiple classes over the course of a day. Learners could attend a class from their desk and immediately put their new knowledge to work. The wheels were starting to turn. But wouldn't more classes mean more administration? As Sam explained, that's different too. Scheduling, registration, and distributing class materials were now easier because Go2Training handles most of the work. With a few clicks, she could add new classes to the schedule, and have learners browse an online course catalog to register for the classes that they choose. But it's not just registration. All of her tests, quizzes, and course documents could be online and available to learners anytime. Instead of grading everything by hand, GoToTraining could even grade her online tests. But what really convinced her was the ability to easily bring in guest speakers to enhance her classes. Instead of asking someone to travel just to present for her class, an author in Brussels or an expert in Bangalore could share their expertise anytime, right from their computer. After a few sessions of using GoToTraining, Maria's perspective had changed. It wasn't just that she was saving time, effort, and money with online training, but now she was also seeing the benefits of all the learning opportunities that GoToTraining made possible. Now she's like Sam, excited to help her organization use GoToTraining to focus on what is really important, helping people learn what they need to be successful. Learn more at gototraining.com.